How's it going, people? Hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's got another video where this one is kind of continuation from the Universal Council, ET Council bullshit that Kim, as of course, is still continuing to say she's getting messages from them. Well, here's a little bit more evidence just to show that watch how far the likes of these swindlers go to try and give some credibility to the story. This one is regarding a kangaroo skin, which, well, the story we was told originally by Thomas Williams as part of his show that he did on a Thursday night. I think he still does it. He posted a picture of a kangaroo skin which had a map, someone drawn a map on there, and it was given to him by Kim, and she told the story that it was as part of a treaty going back 16,000 years, I believe. The tribesmen from Australia, I believe, or New Zealand, they gave this to her. A tribesman gave it to her and explained to her what happened, the story of it going back thousands of years. So basically she made up this story regarding the 16,500 years, I believe, of a treaty that was signed by Marduk and the original tribes members. And she said that original treaty has put the world in a state as it is now. So we're in a lot of trouble because of what those tribesmen did. They was basically fooled by Marduk. This is her story of this. So as part of that Universal Council show that I showed you in the previous episodes of A Pack of Lies, they spoke about this kangaroo skin. So Thomas says, what can you tell us about this kangaroo skin? And of course the fake alien voice comes out and says, and then Megan Martinez comes out and says, they don't know anything about it. And then of course Kim has to step in and say, I'll share it with you later on. Share it with who? Share it with the ET Council that should be aware of a signed treaty between Marduk and these tribesmen. It was a massive blooper. Basically, they didn't give the correct script to Ava Cowan and Megan Martinez in that show, because they're probably going through loads of papers on the desk. Shit, what's he talking about? Kangaroo skin. It's just absolute bollocks. And what we'll do is after you've listened to this video, and I'm sure you'll laugh at it because the way Kim comes in, she just wasn't prepared for it either. It's just embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Big blooper. So have a little listen to this, and then we'll go into some detail about this kangaroo skin, and we'll show you the skin that was posted to us by Thomas Williams. We do a bit of digging, bit of investigating, of course, that's what we do. We point out that it's fake, and we show why it's fake and where they got the skin from, and it'd been altered, the original picture. And then Thomas Williams comes out and says, well, it was given to us by your agents. So basically saying that we're, again, FBI, CIA, or whatever, MI5 agents, BlackRock, that they gave it to who? Who did they give it to then, Thomas? Give it to Kim? So, I mean, she's supposed to know all this stuff. She's got all this intelligence systems. Why didn't she pick up that it was fake? Why would you put it out without checking it out? All you have to do is do what we did. You can do it right now. You could type in Kangaroo Skin map, and you'll see the map. A map that was, it clearly says on there that there was a map that was part of some territory, which I'll go into in a minute. A guy called Doug Williams, not related to Thomas. You know, he actually made that map and gave it to this it's like a heritage team of people, and I was in New South Wales. It was, I think, these Aborigine tribes people are from, and we'll go into it in more detail on that. But anyway, have a look, have a listen to this. This is comical.
A picture sent to myself, which I posted to the group, and it was a kangaroo skin. What is the significance of it, and can you tell us any details about it?
They're not familiar with the kangaroo skin. No, they don't. They're not familiar with it.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. It was just it was passed down and used by one of the tribes, and I did try to reach the tribal leader from that area, and it looks like he'll be able to do a different show for you, so he can explain it from their historical view and how that was passed down from generation to generation.
Is there
but it just
written on it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I can see it, but they're saying
given to me from the tribal leader.
Yeah. So they're saying that it's part of a human tradition on the planet, but that's basically what they were showing, you know. But they're not they're not claiming ownership over this skin.
This was basically a written history for them as to when the agreements would expire, what the timeline was. They have already stated, both the council and the tribes have stated, that we are late, we are running behind. They are the ones that found the loophole on how to circumvent the old and to start anew. So this was actually their work in cooperation with some other areas which held other bits and pieces of the agreement. But this was held internally amongst the tribe for their own records as to what had happened. They explained it to me, for their part at the time, the treaty was done by song and dance. So this was just a written record of what had concluded at that time. The song and dance ritual that took place at that time is what you are referring to as the ceremony or the celebration in which the new treaty will actually officially go into force. We have been enforcing the peace treaty by signature at this moment, but the actual reversal of that will be done by song and dance. So this is actually just a written reminder for them of what was happening at that time in their corner of the world.
So what do you think of that then? And Kim has to come in and says, they're gonna sort this treaty out and re-sign it with song and dance. And she also said the tribal man's going to come on another show, which it never happened. Thomas Williams said he was going to do another show on the kangaroo skin. Never did. They ditched it. They buried the whole thing. It's never come up ever since. Now you people that still believe in her, ask her about the tribal kangaroo skin. But before you do that, you've got to look at some of this information we've got here. This is some quality stuff done by the team. It wasn't done by me, by the way. It was Barry. Barry did it. He delved into this a while back, literally near enough straight after the show back in 2016. That was before I joined Team Bubba. But it's just unbelievable. Yeah, it's just amazing what you can find, really. But Barry's just, he's very clever looking into things like this. So what I'm showing you now is a picture, so a snapshot of what Thomas Williams said about the kangaroo skin, and just you can read it for yourself. He's basically saying it was a kangaroo skin from 16,500 years ago, and it was, of course, we know it was signed by Marduk and the original tribes back then. But he seems to think that a peace deal's been signed off during that week, which is in August 2016, ending control over living beings on the planet. And this is the photograph, or whatever he shared with us. It's well, have a look for yourself. It's photoshopped. It's made to look grainy and worn. It's quite easy to do that in Photoshop, but we checked it out by looking into the histogram of the image in Photoshop, and you can see that levels they're not consistent with the out-touched image. To us, this proved that the photo was fake. So we had another look, of course, on the internet, and Barry found this tribal map on skins, and of course we found the silver bullet, and it was the same image. But this image I'm showing you now, this is the original image, which has definitely been digitally altered. They removed the table that it was laying on, and removed the packet of biscuits that was laid next to it as well. This image is actually a map drawn by, I said earlier on, Doug Williams, which is the original tribe elder and map maker. He makes these maps. And it was taken from a book called Transcending the Culture-Nature Divide in Culture Heritage, which views the Asia-Pacific region. So I'm just reading what it is. It's a map of the Githable and Nagrabal original tribes in South Wales. So let's have a look at this book. Just showing you online. So here's the website, but like I said, I'll post a link in the description box below. What we've got here is book chapter 18 pages, six being on country, Githable approaches to mapping culture. And this is the map. That's the map which Thomas Williams posted. It's the same map. Like we said, he's took away. They've took away the table, the background, and they've also took away the biscuits. See the little stain here? So they've made it look older than what it is by playing around with the image, and this is what they do. It's a joke that they put this out as evidence as part of their fake ET Council show. Just couldn't believe it when we first saw it. Before we found a silver bullet. Look, It's just crazy. So let's have a look at read of this other thing we found. So this one here, we're going to show you now, is the actual map. As you can see, it looks in perfect condition. This is the map that guy Doug Williams had made. There's no way that's 16,500 years old. I mean, this is being held up by Aboriginal tribesmen during the summit. It's exactly the same. Come on, let's pull it in, look. It's the same map. Can move the image. It's the same map. Look, what's that? Like for like. And they told us this was 16,000 years old. These guys are holding it up. They're part of a summit. We'll put the link in. Have a read. I ain't going to talk through it with you. I'm sure most of you can read better than what I can. But this is unbelievable. So let's show you what he had to say. I'll show you what he had to say. This is what Thomas had to say when we confronted him. So he's talking to one of their cult members, Lee Connop. He says, they rolled out the Kangaroo Skin post again, Lee, when it was one of their own agents that sent that information to us. So if it's fake, which I'm led to believe it isn't, then their agent has just been exposed as a fraud. Aha, you can't make this stuff up. This is what he does. Narcissistic people do that. They try and put this bullshit out to try and stop you from don't go there, Team Bubba are all agents, that's the tactic they use. I mean, look, it's exactly the same thing. It's the same map. Like I said, let's have a look at the picture a bit bigger. Look, it's the same map. God knows what TNC what it is, whatever, but someone has given this map to Thomas Williams, and we know it was Kim, and Kim's doctored this. Look, the lines. It's exactly the same. A little bit of writing there, look, you just better see. Same writing. This, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. It's hilarious. Let's go in a bit, look. This is that same map that these guys are holding up. It was given to them by this Doug Williams. So, what's your answer to that then, cult followers? You still believe what Kim's talking about? Why would someone make this shit up? Why would someone do this? They didn't, because they don't expect you to do a little bit of investigating. They didn't expect, and this is what we do. We want to find the truth. But they made a big mistake by finding a kangaroo skin, photoshopping it, knowing very well that people can look into the image background himself, the histogram of it, and find that it's been altered. Anyone that knows anything on photography, it's quite easy to work out that something's been altered. But they don't bring this up anymore. It's a no-go. Just like most of their stats show is a no-go. Just like the Kingdom of Mana is a no-go. Wake up, people. Please, just wake up. There's more. There's even more to expose. I mean, we've got a lot more to go through yet on this series of Pack of Lies. But I've got a bit of bonus content for you as well. So if you just stay tuned, and I'll fire up the image for you, the clip, and this is about the Draco Queen that Kim says when Marduk was killed, of course, by her. The Draco Queen came and was supposed to replace Marduk, but Kim says that the Draco Queen is going to help us on Earth. And then next minute, Thomas Williams, I think this is a time when he started to fall out with Kim just before, or this might be what did it, because he put out and said that the Draco Queen had been killed and then they consumed her. Of course, Kim then went out and into one of her Zoom meetings because someone put a question out, is the Draco Queen killed? And she said, no, don't know where you got that from. It's all bullshit, basically. So they're not on the same, that's the start of the breakup. I think Thomas Williams was starting to get pissed off that Kim was neglecting him because she had Tank and stuff like that. But yeah, have a look, listen to this. This is how pathetic they are. But anyway, after this, I want to say thank you for listening, and hopefully you'll leave a comment, smash a like, and share with friends. Let's get these people exposed now, because it's just becoming a bloody joke. And if you're still believing this, you're a joke too. Sorry, but it's becoming obvious now. And if you can't see it, then I don't know what else to show you. We've got plenty more to show you anyway, but this is concrete evidence that they're full of shit, a lot of them. Okay, take care everyone, and have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.
The top echelon of the Rothschilds continue to hail Marduk, and we're not in favour of the new Draco Queen, who is the sister of Marduk. And they do not want to carry out the Earth restoration plan formulated by the Trust and the team, approved by the Council and also the World Government, who are a group of entities housed within the UK. Despite the Queen's attempts and successful engagements with her by myself and also Kim, they took action against the Queen with the support of Draco elements, and reports suggest that they not only killed her, but consumed her as well. A common practice by that group.
Okay, so next, two other issues that have been asked about. Number one, a person mentioned that a queen that you do not see in the news, is this person dead, and was purportedly brutally murdered, something. The answer to the question is no. That party is not dead. I don't know where that came from, but that question has been asked at least 10 or 15 times in the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to let everybody know the answer to the question is no, not dead. Still alive, still doing the job, still doing her thing in her place. So next,